We are just about ready to go. Just before our own Naveen, we had a moment's silence in memory of Harry Ryan from Clara GAA Club and Dennis Heaslip from Knocktofer GAA Club, an All-Ireland winner in 57 and 63. Who's going to win the All-Ireland of 2020? Fergal Horgan, the Tipperary referee, gets the match underway. The conditions absolutely perfect. There is no wind at all. It's chilly, but what do you expect? There's Jack Prendergast for Waterford. They will just take it straight to Kilkenny, running straight at them. And De Burca's shot is wide, so the first wide of the game. Inside 19 seconds, it was Calum Lyons, actually. Brendan Cummins.
Yeah, it's going to be an epic battle here. You see it straight away, Kilkenny going long on the puck out.
So Kilkenny long with the puck out. They did have to work it through the lines a lot against Galway, and coming up at the ball is John Donnelly. He had a powerful Leinster final. He will run straight at Waterford as well. So a free in and a chance for TJ to get his eye in.
Yeah, well, yeah, there straight away from the puck out. When it goes wide, Owen Murphy's allowed to hit the ball as quick as he like. Donnelly had slipped in over the back of Callum Lyons on that far side. And it's created this bit of an opportunity now for TJ to get his range early on.
Named at centre forward in the Kilkenny team. Keeps that one nice and low, and it went over the bar. I think it may have hit the post, but it went over, and Kilkenny lead by a point to no score. Brian Cody in yet another All-Ireland semi-final has an incredible record in them. That's long from Stephen O'Keefe. Stephen Bennett put the hand up. We watched him practicing frees before the match started. Practiced them without the helmet on. That is a Kilkenny ball.
It is there, but you see the pace of Hutchin. This is the catch from Bennett. He made the run from just inside the 14. Little rehearsed puck out, getting it out to the wing. But the pace of Desi Hutchinson coming out there, he'd no business getting near that. But it's certainly a shot fired as towards Kilkenny to see how quick he is.
Tommy Walsh cuts the ball back in. Now here come Waterford. This is Jamie Barron, and Barron spots some space, hops the ball off the ground. He's got help from behind. Jake Dillon. Dillon spots another gap. They're just running straight at Kilkenny, looking for gaps. Kilkenny defender got a stick to that, and now coming out with it is Conor Delaney. They go back to Owen Murphy, and Murphy with a huge clearance. That's a bad clearance, though. Catching practice for Calum Lyons. Now it is Jack Fagan, the Meath man, in the Waterford colours. A second wide for Waterford, though, inside 2 minutes 40.
It is, and Owen Murphy will know now that he can't hit the ball that long. You can't go 80, 90 yards. Callum Lyons, the two red helmets below himself, and Ty de Burca are sitting. They're not going outside their own 65.
Paddy Deegan, the shorter puck out from Murphy, changes the angle of the attack, and Donnelly puts the hand up and caught the ball brilliantly. Donnelly for Kilkenny, and he's fouled.
Again, Donnelly again is the man. It's probably the threat that Waterford are going to have to face the most. They see him going up there. Left hand just got it over Kevin Moran's head. It's the first time Waterford have faced a team that are very strong in the air around the half-forward line there. So that's straight away you can see Kilkenny are getting a bit of a foothold there and a bit of joy in those 50-50 tussles, even though it's just very early days.
TJ again. And you know the rest as they go 2 points to no score up. Liam Cahill has done a great job with this team after the 2 horror years they had before it. That's a great take by Jack Prendergast. Prendergast taking on Paddy Deegan and beating him for pace. Just flicks the ball back in. Oh, the ball ran away. I thought they were expecting the referee's whistle to blow, but it didn't. Killian Buckley. TJ Reid, that's Ty de Burca behind him. Martin Keown, Mossy Keown they call him, and Keown has done his stuff from out the field. So this is an outstanding start for Kilkenny. Waterford have hit 2 wides, Kilkenny with 3 points.
See Callum Lyons there, he had to sit back, he didn't come out on Keown there. And when the ball goes down the middle as well as there with TJ, it sticks, and Ty de Burca has to follow him out.
Jack Fagan. Now Fagan has space, Kilkenny not tight enough to him, and Fagan has hit that one wide. That will batter their confidence a bit, but still an awful long way to go. So Owen Murphy up to right half forward and up to TJ Reid. That's a brilliant catch from Reid. Reid getting the shot away, but intercepted. Tadhg de Burka. Sweeping up there was Conor Delaney. Killian Buckley. Padraig Walsh just lets the ball move. Now it's Tommy Walsh in a very congested midfield area and happy enough to take the free, and TJ's trotting over to this already.
He is, and Austin was chasing back out there, but Waterford playing the ball in low to the corners like that is not going to suit Austin's game. This is the aerial power that Kilkenny give you around the Waterford 65. When it goes there, it's causing a bit of chaos. Desi Hutchinson and Austin Gleeson are staying in the full forward line, but a ball in low to the corner like that is more suited Desi, and he was on the wrong side. They need to get the ball high in on top of Austin in the square there.
TJ Reid with the strike. He's kept it low and it's wide.
Yeah, and unusual tonight. That is very still down the Dart. The flags are not moving at all.
Now there's movement from Stephen Bennett. Very good man to win the ball with the hand up. Here's Callum Lyons, and Lyons just swung at that. Missed the first effort of the game, but he's made up for it now. Lyons with Waterford's first.
Great score, and the 10 and 12 channel has been left free by Waterford on the puck outs for guys to run into it, and they've gotten the rewards there. That'll really settle Waterford.
Kilkenny lead by 2. Another clean catch by TJ Reid, and off he goes. Options left and right, and support from behind as well. A brilliant bit of defending to take the ball away from TJ Reid just as Waterford looked stretched. And now Waterford move it up the field. Jamie Barron. Barron drills it low over the top of the hurl of Killian Buckley. Buckley gets back though on the ball for Kilkenny. He's one of the fittest men in the country. Keown lost the flight of it. And here we go with Hugh Lawler from O'Loughlin Gales. Conor Brown for Kilkenny. That's angled in towards Ritchie, and Ritchie had space and time to pick his spot, and you know the end result.
It was Ian Kenny got the block, but you can see the Waterford, Jamie Barron and Kevin Moore in there, just on the left on their own 45. They're sitting too far back. You can't sit that far back. Kilkenny aren't going to hit the ball down your throat that often.
That's Paddy Deegan who tidies up. Kilkenny growing in confidence. They've been able to impose themselves on Waterford early on. Martin Keown just setting the ball up and from way out the field. This is travelling. It is wide though.
Again though, Dara, as that ball is going wide there. Again, Cody started the game quite well. You could see a lot of Waterford bodies down there marking space, and Kilkenny are using the ball effectively.
It's almost like there's a haze or a little bit of fog drifting into the stadium here in Croke Park in Dublin. Here's Austin Gleeson. Ozzy gets the shot away, and the umpire strides out and signals that it has gone wide. Short puck out again from Owen Murphy. Tommy Walsh. It's almost like the first receiver. He has been several times already when Murphy's had to puck the ball out.
And Cahill will want his charges out around the middle there now. Dart to just settle down, give that one extra pass, play the ball around, do what we've been doing all year. It's a higher pressure atmosphere inside. You can see the work rate Kilkenny have around the ball.
Kieran Bennett. Bennett is surrounded. 2 Kilkenny men take it off him. Conor Fogarty just kicked it away. Jake Dillon gets stuck in. Now it is Martin Keown. And Buckley trying to be precise with his clearance. It was just overhit though for John Donnelly. So he'll be pleased enough, Brian Cody. 2005, the last time a Kilkenny team he has managed has lost an All-Ireland semi-final. That was to Galway. And Jamie Barron can put huge distance on these. Crouches down over it, and a beautiful flick. That was Jake Dillon who was up there after it. Tommy Walsh working hard, Killian Buckley and Owen Murphy. The clearance won't be retrieved though by Martin Keown. That was a bit careless from Owen Murphy. He'll be cross with himself.
He really tried to take the pace off it as much as he can, rolling the wrist and cutting down the back foot, but it didn't work. You see him here, he's slicing, trying to hold it, but you can see the space up along that left-hand wing. You can see the Waterford defender sitting back. If the thought was good, the execution was poor.
Austin Gleeson, he loves playing against Kilkenny. Think of those matches in 16 and 17. And that was picked by Jack Prendergast, and Prendergast has space, and Kilkenny were caught a bit there, and Jack Prendergast puts the ball over the bar.
He didn't. He was looking to get the second chance. It kind of sums up the way Waterford started, just a little bit stuttery, a little bit hesitant, but thankfully for Liam Cahill down there now, Fagan got the second bite at it and scored.
There's a fair few of these Waterford players who wouldn't have played in Croke Park before. Now this is run for Richie Hogan. O'Keefe stayed on his line. Hogan is through. What a stop, but they follow it up, and it's in the back of the net. The goal scored for Kilkenny, and it's finished off by Martin Keown. Yes. O'Keefe made a brilliant save initially.
It is. His starting point was poor off the line, though, Dara. He should have been out a little bit faster. Fantastic save. But then the usual thing with Kilkenny, if you break it out anyway, you can see Richie gets in here. You'd expect Stephen O'Keefe's face to be coming up next on the shot. It wasn't. He brought for a fantastic save, but the scrambling defence couldn't get back fast enough.
And that big long ball from Murphy right the way down on top of the Waterford full back line. That's Conor Delaney, and he's been turned over. Austin Gleeson has it for Waterford. Gleeson, very difficult angle, and it's saved brilliantly by Owen Murphy, and he doesn't look happy with his defence.
No, much better now though from Waterford. They got the ball in deep there. That's the key, you know. You can see here Austin, fantastic work himself and Desi Hutchinson there. In fairness to Fergal Horgan, gave fantastic advantage. That was a goal if it passed by Owen Murphy. Great save with his feet, stood very strong. So but that is going to be the key though there. They have to get that ball inside the 14 there, and Desi and Austin then can work.
So here's Stephen Bennett. We're going back for the free, which is just outside the 20-metre line, and Stephen Bennett has put that one over the bar. No trouble for him, a routine conversion. So mixed up by Owen Murphy. Shorter one this time. Paddy Deegan. Oh, brilliant. Oh, he had it, Kevin Moran. He still has it, though. He's a real warrior for this Waterford team. There's Jack Prendergast. He'll spend a lot of time out around the middle and fires it across the other side of the pitch to Kieran Bennett. It is a chilly night. He's got the layer on underneath to keep him warm. Jake Dillon, I'd say he's fairly warm now, though, despite the cold evening. That's a Kilkenny ball.
Some work rate from TJ Reid there. The lad spoke about it before the game. You can have class and quality, but the work rate there, he covered 30-40 yards to get across, to get that hook on. Fantastic play to earn this line ball for himself.
It's on its way. That's way too high for Richie Hogan, but it's not too high for Billy Ryan, and Ryan draws the foul. Shane McNulty was the Waterford defender.
It was well left too by Richie, maybe slightly over his head, but you can see Ryan got it. That's why he's in there. When he gets it, he's going to turn and go at the Waterford full back line and draws the free. But again, it was Richie Hogan they were drawing out too. It just went over his head. And Kilkenny, like they always do, are keeping the scoreboard ticking.
Yeah, I was just thinking about that line you had in the Leinster final, Brendan, talking about Kilkenny, the Cody team scoring goals in bunches. This was, I suppose, the worry for Waterford, that another one would come quickly, but they've got a point. Here is the goal again as well, by the way, Brendan, for you to talk through.
Yeah, again, when Richie gets in there, it's a good save, but like all good forwards, they're following up, showed a bit of composure and flicked it into the net. It's great. Rich, see how short he is, that Hurley held. He's not taking any chances. Someone's going to come from behind and hook him.
So here's Waterford's Jake Dillon. Jack Prendergast moved away from him. Dillon just lost control of the ball, and again, just look at the sheer weight of numbers in those black and amber jerseys around the Waterford player in possession, and they're off. Here's Billy Ryan, and Ryan from 60 metres away, it goes high up into the night sky, and he's put it wide, surprisingly.
Yeah, they don't just score goals in bunches, they tackle in bunches as well, Dara, to be fair, and that was the sign of it there in their own 45, even though they didn't get the score out of it. It's something Waterford are going to have to do. They're going to have to play 10-15 yard passes and work the ball wide and get a little bit of a foothold into the game, a bit of confidence.
That was Kilkenny's second wide, as you saw from the graphic. That's Killian Buckley. Back to Owen Murphy. TJ going in the air with Shane McNulty, Caleb Lyons and Ian Kenny came on in the Munster final. Off we go now with Jamie Barron. Conor Brown was the Kilkenny player in front of him. Barron still has it though. He'll run all evening. And he threw the ball, according to the referee.
He did. Conor Brown did fantastic work there, and the covering back as well from Billy Ryan, I think it was, who was back there making sure Killian Buckley was covering in there. You know, they just keep tracking you and hunting you back. You have to recycle the ball. And I suppose after making the long busting run that Jamie had made, it's a slight error. This one goes down the square now. TJ is standing inside, hand up in the air, Hurley up in the air, calling for it.
Yeah, Tadhg Burka back on the line alongside Stephen O'Keefe. On its way from Owen Murphy. And it will drop short, not too far short. A Waterford hand went up there. TJ Reid got it, and Waterford under pressure at the back should be able to get it under control. Richie Hogan just booted it out. Kieran Bennett is back there now. Tadhg Burka, he's got it for Waterford, and the pressure off them for now. And Kilkenny, well, happy to give away the foul to stop the counter-attack. It was Owen Cody who gave it away. Now it's 3-on-3 down at the other end. Conor Delaney had the stick up after that. There's Desi Hutchinson. He hasn't had a chance to run at Delaney and others, Desi Hutchinson. Killian Buckley back helping out. Owen Murphy is free. And they got themselves out of a tricky situation quite nicely. Speaking of free, here's John Donnelly on his own 65. Fires the shot in, but it tails away wide.
Yeah, it's a waste there for John Donnelly there. He had Richie inside and TG inside as well. It's the first time there Desi Hutchinson has a corner back who's playing him from the front now.
Yeah.
Delaney is being bowled. He's 5 or 6 yards in front of him all day long here.
That's Ian Kenny for Waterford. Again, just look at that work rate.
4v2 in that little square of the pitch there. They had closed it up lovely. Kilkenny do that. They make you go down the narrow side. You see Kenny coming out. They use the sideline really, really well as an extra defender.
Richie Hogan was calling for that ball short. Donnelly went to Conor Brown, and Richie has it now. And who's supposed to be marking him? Oh, he'll be annoyed with himself that he put it wide. There was nobody near him. And a change of shirt for Shane McNulty. Obviously some blood on it. So there's Shane wearing number 32. So here we go with Stephen O'Keefe launching the ball down. Great take by Jack Fagan. He is so good in the air. Now we bring in Caleb Lyons. Lyons is a super athlete, as you can see. Loves to run with the ball, and he's leaving Kilkenny defenders in his wake. Caleb Lyons, it's all about the support now. He ran straight at Kilkenny, but Kilkenny able to figure out the issue. Conor Fogarty with the clearance. Waterford have to get players back. They've 2 defenders covering the 2 men in the Kilkenny full forward line at the moment. This is Jack Fagan again. Fagan belts the ball long right down the middle. He should have scored from there. I know it's a good distance out, Brendan.
Yeah, it was Bennett there. Stephen Bennett had the shot. It's been a hallmark of Waterford's game, I suppose, that they will take those shots from there. Justin and Knighton is not going 100%. They tend to drift wide.
So Waterford able to deal with the latest Kilkenny attack. Kevin Moran. And Caleb Lyons on his bike again on the 65. Put absolutely everything into that, and it's right over the black spot. Much better from Waterford. That'll do the confidence the world of good.
It is, and the white jerseys around him were moving forwards. They were trying to get in support with him, which meant Kilkenny couldn't swarm him as much. So those willing runners, and I think Liam Cahill would have said that to him at the quarter break.
Right down the middle from Owen Murphy. Tadhg Burka came across, wasn't going to get there in time. On his bike is Jamie Barron. Just took a little knock there from Conor Brown. Nothing wrong with it though. Not a good ball forward. Desi Hutchinson been beaten to the ball by Conor Delaney. It's not the type of delivery in though Hutchinson wants. More issues in the air, and another absolutely incredible catch. Kevin Moran, Jamie Barron. Now there's space. There is space. Waterford, they want to create space in front of the 2 forwards. Here's Neil Montgomery, the new man in. And Montgomery holds onto the ball, shoots over his left shoulder, and Montgomery has missed the target. The wides will be a worry.
They will, but Kevin Moore winning that ball and getting a good ball in front of Desi Hutchinson means that the process is starting to work a little bit better.
Well, they have made so much progress this year. They do believe in the way they play. They've been able to hone it week after week. This is 3 weeks in a row for Waterford, as they battle on the ground for possession. Here's Jamie Barrett becoming more and more prominent, but the ball has been lost. That's Owen Cody, who just shovels it out to Paddy Deegan, keeps it in low, miscontrolled. Tyg de Burka gets there ahead of Conor Fogarty, and the referee has given Waterford a free.
Yeah, much better from Waterford, though, it has to be said. Liam Cahill would be delighted to get the break. See, Callum Lyons gets the ball. Now the new thing with Callum Lyons is obviously to try to break the tackle.
So here is Austin Gleeson. Left it after him, Hugh Lawler for Kilkenny. Paddy Deegan. TJ Reid, look at where he is now. And now Killian Buckley. Buckley didn't take on the shot. Goes for Richie Hogan. Clever little flick, but nobody in black and amber there. Just the white and blue of Kevin Moran in Waterford. Here they go. This is Shane McNulty wearing number 32, and this is in for Desi. And Desi has got it. Not anymore. And Austin Gleeson joins in, and Gleeson's put that one wide. They're just fluffing their lines, doing the initial bit really well.
Yeah, he needs to pot that. It was the same way under the Cusick stand at the far side. Austin went out to the ball. Very, very casual. You know, he needs to turn it on. His team needs him now. They need to go over the bar. I think it's 6 wides now at this stage of Waterford.
Richie Hogan bouncing off Waterford defenders. He still managed to get rid of the ball. This is Owen Cody, and Cody has been fouled. He was manhandled a bit in there. It'll be a TJ Reid free and point, you would think.
Well, and Richie Hogan did really well to smuggle the ball away there to Cody. The difference is there was runners coming off of Richie's shoulder. But again, for a positive from Waterford, they got the ball. They only hit the ball 40 yards in front of Desi Hutchinson. They're the kind of balls he wants, because Conor Delaney is playing really, really well inside the run, him trying to play him from the front.
Kilkenny, I know we've had the water break, but they haven't scored since the 13th minute. That has changed now.
So again, when Austin gets on this, you know, he needs to hit it from the back foot. It's very casual off the back foot. They all need to fly 5 or 6 feet over the crossbar to make a statement, and they're turned over.
Yeah, and there's the risk of it playing the ball out short if it's not precise, and Owen Cody accepts the early Christmas present.
He does. Playing the ball in field like that is dangerous, especially against Kilkenny there.
For sure, as many can testify to. Here's Jack Prendergast, great stick work from Prendergast, and look at the pace. Torrig Walsh is getting across to try and challenge him. They could be in here for a goal. Kilkenny surround them. Barron arrives, and it is put out. We're going to go back for a free. The referee was playing an advantage, so we're going to go back for a free on the 20-metre line. That was a brilliant run forward.
It was, and that's exactly what Waterford want to do with Kilkenny. See the ball inside, see all the black and amber jerseys, nobody fouling. Jamie, it's a fantastic block inside there. Again, it's that man, Conor Delaney. He's having a fantastic 23 minutes there of protecting Owen Murphy in front of him. But that's what Waterford will want to do there. They'll want to get inside the shoulder of that Kilkenny half-back line, because they've unbelievable pace.
In the middle of that, we had a yellow card for Conor Brown, and we've had the conversion of the free from Stephen Bennett. So 1-7-5 in Croke Park on All-Ireland semi-final night, semi-final one. Oh, here they are, TJ Reid, goal!
But when it goes in deep, you can see it, the ball breaking out. TJ made the run from a far way back. He read it like a book. In fairness to Prunty, just slipped off his hand. And you can't let the ball any more than a foot away from your hand in there. When that man gets it, there's only one answer. It's a fantastic finish again, but you wouldn't expect him to miss it. It was the run, it was the anticipation that got him in there, the years of experience of playing down there. He made the run, he took the chance to break it come, and he got his rewards.
The magician comes up with the ball, and the goods again for Kilkenny, and the next 5-6 minutes of this match absolutely vital. Here's Jack Fagan trying to respond for Waterford, and he's drawn a foul. Tommy Walsh and Paddy Deegan. And you can see Martin Keown's expression looking towards the referee. What happened there?
Yeah, it's a big free now, even though we're only 25 minutes into the game here now for Bennett. Especially when you've drove a few wide, your colleagues have. He's got to take his time over this one now.
He was talking during the week about Pádraig Mahoney still playing a big part in the Waterford camp. Ruled out, of course, in October because of injury. And Stephen Bennett has done a very good job for Waterford on the frees. And he's popped that one over.
He has emphatically hit over the bar.
Another big catch. That was Donnelly who came up with it. We go back out to Paddy Deegan, and Deegan, there's not pressure on him out the field. Umpire looking after it and has decided that it is wide.
Yeah, he should be putting that in front of Richie Hogan. He made a fantastic run out. You see him shaking the head as the ball was sailing wide.
It was Jack Prendergast trying to bring the ball under control. Killian Buckley just tapped the stick on the ground and is able to pick his spot and pick out Martin Keown, scorer of Kilkenny's first goal. Look where Austin Gleeson is now. Stephen Bennett's gone in at full forward. They need some Desi Hutchinson magic, and they've got a point.
Great delivery from Austin. Yeah, fantastic delivery from Austin. Maybe if he plays around his own 65, he can ping balls into Desi like that. Found the space. A good score from Desi Hutchinson.
Murphy goes long. TJ Reid is beaten in the air by Caleb Lyons. And we're going to go back for a foul and a free in for Kilkenny.
He's always on the edge, Desi. Great catch over TJ. TJ has worked each one of the half-forward line and the full-forward line at this stage trying to get joy, but Desi does really well. Accelerates into his stride. He's always on the edge there of 5-6 steps, and Fergal Horgan just wouldn't let him go the extra one there.
th minute in Croke Park, and TJ Reid has put that one over the bar. We didn't even need to look.
Waterford are bunching and breaking on the puck out, leaving huge room out the sides.
Austin Gleeson, that one's gone the way of his earlier effort off his left side, unfortunately.
They all lined up in a line across the middle, and they are getting joy out there. They're just not converting it.
Owen Cody with Jack Prendergast, and off goes Cody. TJ Reid is screaming for it. Cody backs himself. And was that a wise decision? No, it wasn't. So last 8 minutes or so of the first half here. Shane McNulty, Austin Gleeson out around the middle again. Kieran Bennett just flicks it off. That was Neil Montgomery who was stretching for it. John Donnelly has had a lot of possession for Kilkenny, and TJ Reid, nice stick work on the ground just to make the space for himself, and he's drawn the foul as well. Yeah. Kevin Moran not happy.
No, TJ's decided now he's going to work Kevin Moran for a little while, but again Austin got on the ball. That's great green shoots, I think, for Waterford. He will find a good pass inside in that middle with the skill that he has and set it up for others. It's just when Kieran Bennett got it, he just panicked a little in the middle. You need to hold possession, you need to break a tackle, have runners coming off your shoulder.
TJ Reid called upon once more. That familiar striking style, and the end result we've become so used to over the years. Another peach of a strike.
Loads of room again down the flanks of that Kilkenny defence. They're all gone narrow for Waterford.
And Stephen O'Keefe has the ball back in play. Puck out's going to come straight back at them. Martin Keown fell on the ball. There's John Donnelly. Incredible work rate from him. Billy Ryan with the touch on it. Richie Hogan left it after him. Waterford need to get going. They got a free on their own 65-metre line, but just to give them a lift heading in at half-time.
It is, again, it's that man tied to Burke. See, he'll go and he'll try to break the tackle. He'll bring the charge and the fight to Kilkenny. If a few of his colleagues go down that road with him, they'll still have a huge chance of this game.
Stephen Bennett has come out to take the free. This a new experience for this Waterford team under Liam Cahill, having to chase the game. They did see their lead against Clare whittle down a bit, but they're having to chase Kilkenny, and Bennett is looking anxiously after that, and that's why, because it's wide.
You could hear the noise of it when there's no one around. The strike, there wasn't the same Christmas in it, seemed like came off the nose of the hurling.
Orca went up flying, and the loose possession has been sent back in and sent over the bar. John Donnelly just picking up the scraps.
Yeah, every mistake punished. Callum Lyons just missed the pick up there. You can see Callum, the red helmet, coming onto it, missed it. Hurley stuck in the ground. On Ireland's semi-final stages, all of those go back over your crossbar.
That's down on top of Paddy Deegan. I saw one writer describing Kilkenny as unpredictable. You think of the second half against Dublin, maybe the first 50 minutes of the Leinster final against Galway. Well, they have been anything but predictable to see. Well, maybe it's predictable that they just hit the ground running here and tore into Waterford. Waterford would have expected that.
They would, and as the game goes on as well, it's Waterford's third outing in the consecutive weekends, so they do need to stick in here before half-time. This free will help.
Yeah, for sure, although it won't be a straightforward one. Conor Fogarty ended up almost sitting in the front row of the stand, but it's a Waterford free. So these are crucial moments for Liam Cahill and his Waterford team. Stephen Bennett's strike.
Well done.
Yeah, he's got it.
Very good score. Very, very good score out in the sideline there. The silence around here, it's a bit like nearly snooker when you're taking a shot. It's eerie when you're standing over the ball, or rugby, you know, it's different environment. Great score.
Yeah, for sure it is. You'd think, well, the semi-final last year, those two fantastic games the year before, they were epic semis as well on that weekend. All a different experience. But we've two teams here who are desperate to win and desperate to get to the All-Ireland final. Great stick work from Stephen Bennett. Bennett threw it up, and that's a wonderful score. That is the dictionary definition of a solo score from Stephen Bennett, and they needed it.
Yeah, he ran straight at the heart of the Kilkenny defence. Look, and that's the kind of composure there that Liam Cahill will be saying to his troops at half-time. If it's not on, hold on to it, wait, support will come, don't rush it. Great score.
Well, that may just be the lift that they need. Tommy Walsh up to Billy Ryan in the corner. Well, way out the field. And Ryan had four players. He could have, certainly three, he could have played that to. And Paddy Deegan has gone down. He's back up again, in fairness to him. He got caught on his left ankle.
He did. He just flicked the ball away from Montgomery, who was going in on him there. You can see him. He just flicked it away, and it's the loose Hurley across the shins. And just a yellow card there. But again, another opportunity for TJ. You know, it's these... Bennett up the other end nearly kills himself to get a point, and then you just give away a simple free with no danger there, and that's the best free taker in the country, could say, stand over it now.
One of the best there's been at this stuff. Right down the middle. Distance won't be a problem at all. Well, we're gonna look at... No.
Fergal Horgan saw it, yeah, over the bar.
Yeah, the referee overruled the two umpires down there. So Reid has... What is that? Goal and 7 now? Out of 2-11 to 9. Waterford had been the team getting the goals, and they've got a free deep inside their own half. That's gone against Billy Ryan. Referee didn't like the little swipe in here.
Yeah, again, Ty de Burka, any ball goes 80, 90 yards long like that into any bit of space, Ty will read it. But to be fair to Kilkenny there, they haven't done it that often now, where Ty de Burka, you normally see him on a loaded ball when he's playing that role, but Kilkenny have navigated him very, very well.
So Stephen Bennett has come out the field. We're playing just one added minute at the end of the first half, and Bennett's strike is going to drop short. Owen Murphy out to hoover it up. John Donnelly has time. Not a great strike though. This is Calum Lyons. We've seen him run and run and run, and off he goes again. He's under real pressure from Owen Cody, and then knocked off it free in.
Again though, when he fell on the ground, there was 1, 2, 3, 4 Kilkenny players. You can see over the shoulder there. Deegan, I think, is the man on him, because if he gets inside there, he's gone. And he just got whipped down there, and you see he'll get a yellow card for his troubles on that. But the desire there of Owen Cody to work back there as well to help Deegan. But again, if Calum Lyons gets the ball 60 yards from the Kilkenny goal, it does spell danger, because he has the legs, there's no doubt about that.
Here's Stephen Bennett. And this will be the last act of the first half, and he has put that one over the bar. It was a routine free for Stephen Bennett, so they go into double figures points wise, but it's Kilkenny who are in charge at half-time in the first All-Ireland semi-final here at Croke Park. Kilkenny lead by 2-11 to Waterford's 10 points. Analysis in a couple of minutes.
Okay, the two teams back out on the pitch. Let's see if anything can change in this second half as we rejoin Brendan and Dara.
Joanne, thank you very much indeed. Yeah, just about to get going in the second half here. There is the ball thrown in, and we are underway, and Waterford need a big start in this second period. And TJ Reid stops them doing that as he turns over the ball and plays it up towards Richie. It's run away from Richie Power. Ian Kenny trying to use his body to shield the pressure from behind. Owen Cody, and they get it away from the danger area, and off goes Kevin Moran. One of the most experienced players in this team. Here's Desi Hutchinson. Can he take on his man? He got 1 point in the first half, Desi. They want him in closer to goal. That's Neil Montgomery. Right on the sideline, Neil Montgomery, but that has gone wide. So they head up into double figures for the match in terms of the wides, Brendan.
It isn't. Desi Hutchinson had his hands out there to say, Neil Montgomery, just let me do my thing, will you? But Liam Cahill would have had to have given the fire and thunder speech there at half-time to try to get his troops fired up, to push up on Kilkenny.
Yeah, they were out before Kilkenny. Fabulous catch again from Lyons. We have seen some brilliant fielding, and he punches the air in delight. On those little moments can a big occasion turn. Tommy Walsh, very tidy defender. TJ Reid just slings the ball out legally to Padraig Walsh. Kilkenny trying to work it up through the Lions. That is Owen Cody. Cody on his way, takes the shot, and Owen Cody has put that between the posts.
Again, a mistake punished Jamie Byrne down below. To see Owen breaking the tackle there, planted his feet, getting it over the bar, but it all came from Jamie Byrne under the Hogan stand, trying to put a ball in front of Desi Hutchinson. He mishit. Kilkenny go up the field, counter-attack point.
Stephen O'Keefe's puck out. Great take in the air by Jack Fagan. He was part of the panel a few years ago, but this year he's really made a place his own. Now Stephen Bennett, they need a goal. Here is Stephen Bennett. Oh, Bennett's got it.
Oh, the rip. He's given the goal.
He's given the goal. He was almost hooked in there. Stephen Bennett, that is just what they wanted.
Absolutely, you can't beat runners coming off the shoulder. The catch is what set it all up. Look at that. Waterford, that's what they needed. That's what Liam Cahill was roaring for. Get on the ball. Bennett gets through. The hook is good, but he keeps the composure. Unbelievable wrist. When he gets through here, watch him, that's a foul. And then he just rolls the wrist over the ball, gives Owen Murphy no chance.
Stephen Bennett's goal, a beautiful finish, and that is what Liam Cahill would have spoken about at half-time. Getting that kind of a reaction out of his team. There's an awful long way to go. Tadhg de Burka. Oh. Now, Tadhg de Burka, and you picked up a bit of stuff there which you didn't necessarily need to hear, but there's some frustration down there, let's say.
A little bit. That sounded worse than it was. It was absolutely a free, but Hurley on Hurley in there. Tadhg had used the Hurley as a shield for all the world coming out and was fouled. But the main thing was for Waterford, he's coming out, and here comes some of the cavalry. Walter is trotting across the middle.
And it's TJ Reid who they put up number 11. So Walter Walsh is coming on, and they've put up number 11. And maybe that is... Well, TJ Reid isn't going anywhere. It's not TJ Reid who's going off. It's Martin Keown.
I'd say Liam Cahill got control of that board there. He put 11 on it. But unfortunately, it's Jogan coming off there, Martin.
Okay.
Kilkenny people can relax again. They're not taking off TJ Reid.
Yeah, sorry about that. Sit back down on the couch now. Up towards Desi Hutchinson. Well, actually, Jerry Grogan announced at 11 as well. I think he's just corrected that. Here's John. Yes, here's John Donnelly. Richie Hogan, the ball stuck to his stick. Well, it was until he played it straight across to Neil Montgomery. Desi Hutchinson. Stephen Bennett is the furthest forward, the goal scorer. Bennett has put that one over.
Much better, much better. The ball is going in nicely. Desi hit the ball in there, waist high. You can see the touch on Bennett. Round 2 Lawler, puts it over the bar.
They're starting to move nicely now. Waterford. Kilkenny still in control. Calum Lyons just wrapping around. Oh, and Lyons has been penalised for over carrying the ball.
Yeah, fouled the ball again, but it was big Walter. Walter coming across there, putting pressure on him. You mightn't see him, but you can hear the footsteps coming, and again it's Bennett gets a great score. It's handy free now for TJ again, just to undo some of the little bit of momentum that Waterford were building up.
So there's the ball on its way from TJ Reid, and the nod from the umpire to the man with the white flag, and up it goes. And that's a soft one, isn't it?
It is, but at the same time it's just back to 5 points now. The last 5 minutes or so, so a huge response from Waterford, and they're on again.
They are on again. Here is Austin Gleeson, the former hurler of the year. Gleeson now being surrounded by Kilkenny players. He just popped the ball over the bar.
Yeah, again, it's that puck out. They're starting really narrow. When Stephen O'Keefe has the ball, Kilkenny are following them in. It's leaving room down the flanks. They're getting rewards this time. They weren't in the first half. Good score from Austin. That's better now.
Owen Murphy's puck out. Catch, that was Jack Fagan. He's won some ball in the air. We've seen some brilliant catches. Here's Stephen Bennett. Lovely bit of skill from Bennett. Deegan and Reid left, trailing in his wake. Stephen Bennett just shortens the stick, and it's on its way, and it's gone over off the post. They are really moving now, Waterford. They believe.
They do, and Stephen Bennett there in the shot. Liam Cahill is bouncing up and down now. That's the way his team are playing now. They're hopping off the side. You can see the flick over the top. Has the composure, has the look. Bennett's having some gear, and he's bringing that form here now in the last 5 minutes since the start of the second half.
Murphy's puck out in the first half. Kilkenny won 83% of their own puck outs. That's Calum Lyons. He had a swing at that. At the second attempt, Desi Hutchinson gets it. Hutchinson is dragged back. Ball still in play. The referee's playing an advantage. This is Jack Prendergast. We'll go back for the free.
Yeah, it's the one time that Delaney was caught slightly behind him there. And if Desi gets to square you up, then you have a bit of a problem as a defender. But the key is, though, that the Waterford half-forward line are coming back to help their half-back line on the puck out. They're winning it, and they're hitting the ball into the space that's over their marker, and the Kilkenny half-back line is causing a bit of bother.
So Stephen Bennett has had a bit of a delay, not that long, to take this free. There's a fair bit of noise down at pitch level, isn't there, from both camps. So the goal scorer for Waterford with another point. Have a look at the goal again.
Yeah, this goal is key, coming from the other angle. See him coming in long, lots of Kilkenny bodies back, but he gets it on the half volley then. And that man is certainly delighted that he gave the right speech there at half time. His charges have been really, really fired up there. 3
weeks in a row they've been playing. I think TJ Reid has caught that one, and certainly he has. Richie Hogan was out there with him. Padraig Walsh just flicks it back to Killian Buckley. No one in the white and blue of Waterford near him, and Killian Buckley converts.
Yeah, good score, well recycled back out. Again, in times of trouble, hit the ball down on top of TJ, wins it, and sets up a platform for Killian Buckley to do that.
And this is set up to be a really enthralling second half, isn't it? Oh, Austin Gleeson had his hand out waiting for that. Killian Buckley had other ideas. Austin Gleeson, he did some work in the gym during the lockdown, didn't he? During that time off, he's always has been a powerful player, but he's brought that to a new level in 2020.
He is a bit of genius here now. Who knows, he might be able to cut this over the bar. He looks like he's looking to play it short though.
Kevin Moran had made a good run, and actually he was tracked all the way by John Donnelly, so they try and work something with Jamie Barron. Austin Gleeson just hopped off Conor Brown. Stephen O'Keefe ended up on the ground. Owen Murphy with the flick out into open road for Killian Buckley. And now Waterford putting pressure on those Kilkenny defenders trying to come out with the ball. Neil Montgomery, he was a substitute introduced in the first half. Now it's Kieran Bennett. Bennett hits the deck, lost control of the ball. Who's going to come out with it? Conor Fogarty had it, and now it's Killian Buckley with the clearance over the head of John Donnelly. Richie Hogan out around the middle of the field. Kevin Moran sliding in. Great bit of play from Austin Gleeson, and Gleeson's shot is covered by Owen Murphy, and Murphy's lost it. And now we've got Stephen Bennett. Murphy, they've put somebody else back on the line. It's Hugh Lawler, and Killian Buckley did really well, but Owen Murphy got caught a long way from home. It's up towards Billy Ryan, but it's catching practice back there for Shane McNulty. Waterford growing in confidence. They've made a really good start to the second half. Jack Prendergast, that's very high. The umpires will have to work hard, but they've decided it's a score, a point.
They have, and while Richie Hogan, they had a fantastic game, I'd say now he'd be looking towards the sideline. The last 2 or 3 balls got in there. As you see that one go over the bar. This is the Owen Murphy one. It took a bit of deflection, had a bit of a spin in it, but he should be catching him. Owen will know that.
Killian Buckley deep in his own half. Padraig Walsh. And Tommy Walsh. Austin Gleeson putting pressure on. Waterford have found a new lease of life, but Kilkenny are still in control on the scoreboard. That one, though, has gone wide. Conor Fogarty's effort. Nice feed from Callum Lyons. 46th minute. That is Shane McNulty from way out the field. Wow.
Waterford are on the march. If there was Waterford bodies inside in this stadium, there'd be at least 40,000 on their feet at this start. That's an unbelievable score. Shot puck out to tight to Burka, worked out to the side. Fantastic point. And Caleb Lyons is up again.
Shane McNulty used to be a forward. You can see he hasn't lost any of those skills with that monster point. Waterford on the march. Here's Shane McNulty again. And McNulty been put under pressure by Walter Walsh, and Conor Brown has it for Kilkenny. Richie Hogan, and Hogan has absolutely nailed that one. That's a beautiful point from Richie.
He did, and he needed that one too. He'd been on the outskirts of the game, but the experience and the know-how around here. Fantastic score from Richie. You can see how much it means to him too.
Yeah, just as you were saying, Brendan, they may have been thinking about calling him ashore. Kevin Moran and John Donnelly have had a real titanic tussle this evening.
They have done. He's done huge work, but you notice how far up the pitch now Kevin Moran is engaging him. If that was the first half, Kevin Moran would be inside his own 65 looking out at him. He's not anymore. He's gone up the pitch after him. Here's Fennelly.
Yeah, Colin Fennelly, the Kilkenny captain. During the week he said he was gutted to be taken off in the Leinster final. He certainly looked that way. There were comparisons with the reaction of Johnny Sexton in Paris and all that sort of thing. I think Kilkenny will need to bring on a blood sub as well. Yes, indeed they are. Colin Fennelly is going to come on until at the end of the game, but Conor Brown is going to have to go off for treatment.
The chin pieces after cutting up under him there, where you put the plastic straps on to keep it on, it's just pinched him.
Alan Murphy is on as the blood sub. So here's Owen Murphy. And Owen Murphy has launched that one, but it is wide.
It was a long, long ways from home there having that goal, but a better man than Owen. But again, it's another wide and gives Waterford a bit more confidence as they use the bench.
Yeah, they are. There is Darragh Lyons from Dungarvan. He's coming in wearing number 23. They got big impact off their bench last weekend. Kieran Bennett's gone off. And here is Colin Fennelly from Ballyhale Shamrocks. And it's Billy Ryan who's going off. Billy put in a lot of work for Kilkenny. Colin Fennelly on in his place. Here come Waterford again. Jack Prendergast. They've players powering towards the Kilkenny goal, and that is put over the bar by Jamie Barron in a very tight space. He was able to pick the ball.
There is 8 Waterford attackers all supporting the runner. You can see more bodies around it. Difference from we had in the first half where he'd been on his own. So signed as a change in the scoreboard, 1 point in it.
Just the bare minimum separates these two teams. Waterford were in real trouble at half-time. Stephen Bennett's goal at the start of the second half gave them quite a lift, and they are breathing down the Cats' throats right now. TJ Reid, Tommy Walsh, all the way over to Padraig Walsh, and now it's Walter. And Walter Walsh meets Shane McNulty head on. Will this one trickle over the bar? No, it won't. It's faded wide in the end. We heard a lot during the week about the rivalry, of course the border share between the two counties. I meant to mention Nicky Power, part of an elite group who played for both counties. This is Austin Gleeson, and Gleeson has put over an absolutely stunning point. They are level in Croke Park.
Unbelievable score. Austin, he just held off the defender as he came across and then planted his feet, and that's what Austin Gleeson gives you. Look, his finger up in the air. This is real Waterford stuff now. They're putting their foot on the gas here. Big challenge to Kilkenny.
20 minutes to go. Plus added time, so we're going to be looking at 25 minutes. But what a start to the second half Waterford have made.
And suddenly as well, Darragh, what's happened is Kilkenny have only 1 player inside the Waterford 14. In the first half they had 2, they had 3. Pressure means they're pulled bodies back out the pitch. That's exactly what Waterford want.
So TJ Reid had a look over his right shoulder just to see what the options were across from him. But this is an option he can take. That's going to drop short. De Burka put his hand up. And Waterford able to deal with the danger. Here's Darragh Lyons. Fitness won't be a problem for this group. They are flying fit. I know it's 3 weeks in a row. Jamie Barron. So all the way down this one goes. Owen Murphy looking after it, and it's gone over the bar.
Again,
they lead. That's a stunner of a point from Neil Montgomery.
Montgomery, yeah, he's made a big impact and he's come on, he's helped whack back the pitch. But the key there is before that ball went over the bar, Jamie Barron was held up, he turned back and he recycled the ball. And that's the key, mind possession.
Well, they've minded it pretty well in the second half here. But there's an awful long way to go. So it is Darragh Lyons again. He's seen a lot of it since coming on. Desi Hutchinson. He was fouled the last time he got one-on-one with the defender. Here's Desi from Ballygunner. That's a lovely score from Desi Hutchinson, and they really do believe now, Waterford.
They do indeed, and get more ball down to Hutchison like that, and he'll do the damage for you off the back foot. But again, it's the Waterford half-forward line coming back into their own half-back line, winning the ball, setting up the platform to play. You can see Liam Cahill keep it going.
So here we go now with Padraig Walsh. Walsh lets that one go very long. Lyons put his hand up after it. John Donnelly has, I'd say, covered nearly every blade of grass here. Here come Waterford again. They've got their noses in front. Jamie Barrett can go left or right, but again they go straight towards the goal. Here's Montgomery, gave them the lead and has extended it closer in. He was never going to miss from there, Neil Montgomery, but he has made a big impression on this game.
He has, and he's strong running down the middle. There was actually a goal on here, I think. If they get back inside, take another one, but Waterford will know that they're a long, long ways from being out the gap here yet now.
For sure, and the Waterford kitman will be delighted he brought all those extra jerseys, because Jack Fagan is now wearing number 31. Shane McNulty is wearing 32. Now that's what has to happen. There was blood on the other one. Here's Jamie Barrett. Oof, Jamie Barrett and TJ Reid. Tyg de Burka. Some huge names in this Waterford team. They were in the final in 2017. They had that famous victory after extra time over Kilkenny in the round 2 qualifier in 17. Kilkenny have a free inside their own half. And TJ Reid is coming back to take it. There's not a breath of wind around Croke Park. That haze, that mild fog continues to envelop the pitch.
With Colin Fennelly inside the edge of the square now, this could be dangerous for Waterford as well. You can see him in there. He's going to stay in Stephen O'Keefe's eye line.
Yeah, Walter Walsh is out in the half-forward line, but Colin Fennelly will be desperate to make a point to his manager after what happened in the Leinster final. But will he even get near this? TJ Reid right down the middle. He's jogging after it, which is a good sign for him and for Kilkenny, because it's a really good point from TJ.
Yeah, the class demand there. That's some score from that distance out, considering the momentum is all with Waterford. It's one that Kilkenny really, really need it. They'll need to respond now, put another one or two with it.
Can they wrestle the momentum away from their neighbours? Conor Fogarty, that is a free for Kilkenny.
It is again the old guard will say Conor Fogarty. He'd been, see, Stephen Bennett just had pulled them back slightly there. I think the free was given just before that contact anyway. Another long range one from TJ.
Yeah, with the angle, this one even further out. That's Niall Brazel. He came on against Galway and did well. So he's already trimmed the margin back to 2. His last free brought an end to 5 unanswered Waterford points. So TJ Reid, that one is not going to get in and over the bar, but they have some defending to do, and Stephen O'Keefe got it. That looked very awkward in there, but Waterford able to deal with it. Calum Lyons, another massive clearance from Lyons. Desi Hutchinson came towards it, and there he is, just hanging around the back, expecting the best, expecting the ball to come to it. Hutchinson is trying to get free of Conor Delaney, but Waterford have got it free on the 20-metre line. And that massive man, Austin Gleeson, was at the heart of this.
Yeah, well done there to Calum Lyons. Before the ball fell there to Austin to allow him to do that, Calum Lyons looked up. He saw Austin was isolated on the corner there with his man. It's the ball inside here that old Cody had. Water defenders do well. They keep their feet moving. Allow Stephen O'Keefe to launch that counter-attack, which ends up with an opportunity here now for Stephen Bennett.
Richie Hogan has gone off the Kilkenny team. Niall Brazel, his replacement. And here we go with Stephen Bennett. That's not easy, and Bennett has put that one wide.
Pushed it across the face there.
So Richie Hogan takes his seat in the stand. Waterford have been very efficient with their scoring in the second half. Apart from that one, here's a danger though as Kilkenny look to get in. O'Keefe gets out there and it's come off the post, and it's called as wide. The ball may have gone wide before it was actually played back onto the post, but it's wide anyway.
It was. The key to for Kilkenny is the amount of bodies they've in there. They've 2 or 3 inside the Waterford 14 now since that third quarter breaks. You can see it punted. Stephen O'Keefe, sometimes you have to have a little bit of luck there. Stephen O'Keefe missed it. You can see him missing it, and the flick was missed by Brazel just in.
Kilkenny are going to bring Ger Aylward in. 58th minute. And that was Jack Fagan, and Jack Fagan has put that one over the bar. wearing number 31 now, the Meath native.
He's had some second half. He's had some second half covering back in front of his wing back, and as well making possession stick like that, and then taking the opportunity when he comes down out of the clouds with it.
He's been super with that right hand in the air, Jack Fagan. That was Kevin Moran who put his hand up. TJ Reid. Owen Cody is the Kilkenny man, as you can see, who's gone off. And TJ Reid has another free. So they find themselves a goal behind again. Is that about to change? Keeps it nice and low, and over it goes from TJ Reid.
Yeah, they'll keep hanging in there and hanging in there. Liam Cahill would like Waterford to get a couple of more points to get 2 scores clear. Still a long boat to go yet, though.
Yeah, for sure there is, and that's a brilliant catch again from Jack Fagan, and they're in around the back. Here's a goal-scoring opportunity. Goal! Fabulous strike. It's Dara Lyons.
Yeah, Dara Lyons, it was the pass, and again it's, look at him catching the ball, winning clean possession on the Kilkenny 45. It results in Lyons getting an opportunity, made no mistake, fired it past Owen Murphy.
They've come up with goals in every championship match so far in 2020. John Donnelly has been fouled, so it's a free in, and TJ Reid will be over to take this. But Dara Lyons with Waterford's second goal. They were in all sorts of difficulty during the first half. It was very flat, and Kilkenny just ran the show, dictated the pace, imposed their style on Waterford, and Waterford looked all over the place. But Liam Cahill has done a remarkable job with that team during the 7 or 8 minute period that he would have been able to speak to them at half-time. They've come out on fire, but it's not over by a long way. There's TJ Reid. Any infringement from that Waterford defence will be punished. Heading into the final 10 minutes. There'll be several more added on. You would think there's John Donnelly. He will be exhausted tomorrow, as they all will be. They'll all know they've been in a huge match, even without the crowd, part of a huge sporting occasion, an All-Ireland semi-final the day after the toy show. And that was, despite the best efforts of Jack Prendergast, not kept in play.
Yeah, Waterford about to roll the bench as well down there, but the ferocity of the tackle now that Waterford are showing, they know that they have 10 minutes away from getting to an All-Ireland final. They're pushing on, so it's a huge challenge now for Kilkenny to see can they get the ball inside to Richie Hogan and Brazil inside there and see if they can get on it and get a goal.
Yeah, so Irla Daly, Conor Gleeson coming in, Kevin Moore and Jack Prendergast going off. Again, we've seen that a lot with the Liam Cahill teams, that everybody gives their all for 60 minutes and then it's just change them out and let's push on for the final 10.
It is, and Conor Gleeson, a game like this, is a massive sub to bring on as well. He's got experience, everything that you'd need coming down the home straight in an Ireland semi-final. Just a high tackle from Jamie there. Just get a yellow card, I presume, for that.
Yeah, there it is.
It's got to show, though, the honest endeavour that we've seen from Waterford since the half-time break there has been the difference. And you see Jamie, the hurley up, it's a high one, all right. It's a high one. Jamie knows straight away he's the hand up, I'd say. The heart went crossways in him for a second there.
So the Ballyhale Shamrocks man on another free, and even if things aren't going brilliantly for them at the minute, these frees, it's all about putting them over, keep them in touch and keep the scoreboard ticking over. That one, though, has dropped into the left hand of Tadhg de Burka. Calum Lyons for Waterford. It's Walter Walsh behind him. Tadhg de Burka out, trying to win the dirty ball. Jamie Barron was there, and Conor Prunty just flicks it out off his left hand. Neil Montgomery involved, and Darragh Lyons, the scorer of goal number 2. Great stick work and skill involved. Austin Gleeson wasted that one, you would have to say. Oh, that's a mistake by Owen Murphy, and possession is now with Stephen Bennett. Can they get in for another goal? Stephen Bennett would take a point from here. Bennett had to hit it, and Bennett has put that one over the bar, and that has to go down as a bad mistake by Owen Murphy.
It has, yeah. It's a big error from Owen Murphy there, sloppy in possession, but look at the composure of Bennett. There's only 8 minutes left in the All-Ireland semi-final. He just goes a little mazy solo run, and Austin again, work rate.
Work rate everywhere from Waterford.
That's huge. Liam Cahill is in on the sideline. He knows now. He knows that they're very close if they can keep pushing.
Yeah, just keep going forward. Don't start sitting back and trying to mine this advantage that they have, because they're going down towards the Davin stand all the time, every time they get the opportunity.
They are getting to run Kilkenny now through that middle third, so we still wouldn't be writing Kilkenny off, even though there's 5 points in it.
Austin Gleeson. It's a great skill, isn't it? But it's just wide. But they've converted the majority of the chances that they've created in the second half, Brendan.
They have. They've really attacked the game, and when you're moving quickly, you'll take those chances better than if you're just hovering around like they were in the first half.
John Donnelly, not enough pressure on Donnelly after getting the ball from TJ Reid. Umpire goes for the white flag. There it is. So
Kilkenny won't do panic anyway. That's one thing we know throughout the Brian Cody era. They'll keep going point for point.
Totally different second half to the first, and that is not a good ball, and Waterford could punish them here. Here's Jamie Barron bursting through. Look at the pace. Will he go for goal to seal it? Barron, brilliant challenge in there. I think it was Conor Delaney who managed to get the stick in there. He's been awesome in that Kilkenny defence. That could have finished it, and that's not a good ball from Killian Buckley. It's picked up by Darragh Lyons. Conor Brown was there as well, so here goes Darragh Lyons. The pace they have in this team, the skill, the power, they've got the lot. But have they got the wherewithal to get through to the All-Ireland final? Only twice in Waterford's history have they beaten Kilkenny in the championship.
Yeah, again, Jamie coming through and going for the juggler, but it's the hook coming in. I think it's Paddy Deegan got the hook on him. You see number 7 with the right hand there, but he got him. But again, it shows the ambition of Waterford. They went for the juggler there, straight down the middle. There was no tapping it over the bar from Jamie Barron.
They both worked very, very hard, as you can see, from the number of turnovers they've both had. That's TJ Reid's line cut, intercepted for Waterford by Jamie Barron. It's a composed shape to this attack again. Desi Hutchinson got his 2 goals in Páirc Uí Chaoimh. And that ball from Conor Gleeson was a bit on the aimless side. Here's Paddy Deegan. There's still loads of time left. Sure, you'd rather be wearing a Waterford jersey at this stage than a Kilkenny one. Or would you? Because Kilkenny have come back from the dead, those 9 lives for the Cats and all that stuff. But they're far from dead here. But Waterford still playing their hurling. Getting themselves out of a tight spot well, but that is an outrageous catch by Hugh Lawler. He's comfortable out, he's comfortable everywhere, but comfortable certainly out the field, and brilliant fielding again.
He is, and he's gone man-to-man there now more at Austin. You can see the catch, and Austin just swinging through on the hurley there. Fantastic catch from Hugh Lawler, then pushes up the field. If TJ can pot this one, suddenly we're back to a 3-point game again.
Alan Murphy is getting ready to come back in until the end of the match for Kilkenny. TJ Reid, much better distance for him, and A familiar result brings them back to within 3 with 3 minutes left. Walter with a little flick inside. They're not tight enough on TJ Reid. What was 3 is now 2.
Stephen O'Keefe was just trying to be a little bit cute with that to try to float it over. Didn't work, and Walter was waiting. TJ then does that, so we're down to 2 now again all of a sudden there.
It's amazing. It's some game. Patrick Curran is in. Jack Fagan, the player, has gone off. That was Hugh Lawler. It was an unusual looking challenge on the Waterford man. Tommy Walsh there. So TJ Reid's frees have Kilkenny breathing down the Waterford necks at this stage. And that is Austin Gleeson. That looked impossible. He was falling backwards as he hit it. It's an outrageous score, a thing of beauty to restore the 3-point lead.
There ain't much impossible for Austin Gleeson there, the way he's played in this second half. Fantastic score, winning that ruck.
Well, the feeling was that he was building up to something big, Austin Gleeson, and he certainly has delivered here this evening. But so many in those Waterford jerseys have Patrick Curran, and Curran's wide with that one.
Well, whatever about the score Austin did, what about the work rate there to close down Hugh Lawler from hitting the ball up along the line? But Patrick Curran, you need to pot those as well.
Heading into the last minute, TJ Reid with another brilliant catch. Here's Walter Walsh. Walsh for Kilkenny bursting through, taking Waterford men with him. The referee has come back for the free in for Kilkenny. He was being fouled and he waited to see what sort of an advantage would come. We go back for the free.
Yeah, he's been fouled going in and along there, Walter. In fairness to him, the Waterford scrambled in defence. They tried all they could to stop him fairly rather than just pulling him down. They tried to flick the ball away, give them their due on that front.
So the umpires are having a chat with Fergal Horgan about something they've seen off the ball. We do have a fair few yellow cards out there, but who is the referee looking to have a chat with? We think it could be Ian Kenny of Waterford.
I think he's just going to give the free and continue on.
We are being told, 4 minutes of time to be added on. There's TJ Reid, and there is another point for TJ. Another big total for him this evening.
Every ball is vital, and especially this one now. Kilkenny have backed up the pitch, waiting to try to win, and in fairness to Stephen O'Keefe does well. Gets it deep.
He launches it long, very long. Kilkenny with numbers back around where the ball broke, and here they come. Donnelly launches it along. It's 2-on-2. Fennelly couldn't get his hands on that. Now it's Ger Aylward, and Aylward has hit that one a fair distance wide. There was good pressure on him.
Correct. Great call. There was good pressure on him. He should have recycled it back. There's no need to lash at it at that stage. The Waterford defence had him corralled very well, and that gives Waterford another little bit of a lift as the clock ticks down towards 74 minutes.
Liam Cahill looks like he's back playing. Leslie Hutchinson ended up on the ground. That scrum for possession just eats into more time. Jamie Barron comes out with the ball from behind. It's Conor Gleeson, and Gleeson puts the ball into space. A goal at this stage for Waterford, and it's good night Croke Park. Will they go for the goal? They've been doing it all year, but the point is taken by Irla Daly.
3 points again. Great ball in from Conor Gleeson. He knew the space was outside. Daly gets it, gives the step inside again. That's what Ger Aylward didn't do at the other side. Show that little bit of composure. Good score.
Can you imagine what this place would be like if you had 60, 70, 80,000 people here absolutely glued to this? Here's TJ Reid. Reid into Paddy Deegan. He was brought back into the team today, but Waterford working incredibly hard. Deegan got his shot away. That's a beauty. That's a stunner from Paddy Deegan. Brilliant score.
Good score, because A white could mean the end of it, but Paddy Deegan and Ferguson took responsibility. Back to just the 2 points now again.
You just cannot take your eyes off this thing for a second. It is gripping drama. Brilliant sport between two fantastic teams, and this team are trying to get to the final for the first time since 2017 and record only their 3rd win over Kilkenny in Championship hurling. They've never beaten them in a semi-final in Croke Park. It was a very one-sided rivalry for years, but over the last number of games it has tightened up considerably. Here goes Jamie Barron. At times it's appeared as there's been 2 Jamie Barrons on the pitch. He's been outstanding and tried something very fancy. Unfortunately, it didn't work for him and for Waterford.
No, not the worst thing in the world, though. They've allowed a quick line ball now.
2 points between them. Brian Cody's Kilkenny haven't lost an All-Ireland semi-final in 15 years. Every ball important. Here's Ty De Burka. De Burka right down the middle. Nobody from Kilkenny near him. And De Burka's gone over the bar. A goal between them with 40-odd seconds left.
Be very fitting if Ty De Burka's the one who's got the killer blow there. A fantastic point, but Kilkenny are still coming.
They are in need of a goal. They're desperate for a goal. Walter Walsh has scored so many important goals for Kilkenny in the past, but he's way out the field, and Waterford winning all the dirty ball on the ground. Calum Lyons launches it forward again. Kilkenny could be caught, but they will have time, you would think, for one more attack. And here they come. A Kilkenny man down on the ground, injured. Killian Buckley flicks it into the field and into the path of 3 Waterford men. Is this to be the moment? Austin Gleeson at walking pace. It's a brilliant score from Austin Gleeson.
What a score from Austin Gleeson again. He's had some second half, and that's it.
It's over. It is all over. And Austin Gleeson goes down on his knees on the ground in Croke Park. They have beaten Kilkenny in the All-Ireland semi-final, and they're through. They're back in the All-Ireland final. 2017, historic for them, but ultimately heartbreaking. But Brian Cody, the first over to congratulate Liam Cahill. Unbelievable stuff. Waterford were in such bad shape, Brendan, at half-time, and look at them now.
You know what Liam Cahill said to them at half-time, Dara? 2-11 to 10 points down. Owen Murphy there, your shot, can't believe it. But the energy that Waterford brought, the flamboyant hurling, they attacked again, they pushed up. Kevin Moran pushed up. Austin Gleeson decided, I want to win an All-Ireland semi-final. Guys are popping up. The goal thread, everything that we said Liam Cahill had brought to Waterford, we saw in the second half. And they're in an All-Ireland final, and you know, they absolutely deserve it based on that performance of 35 minutes. Amazing stuff. I don't know how Waterford people are containing themselves at home there. It's just been amazing. As well for Kilkenny, Brian Cody went over to Liam Cahill, a young manager. He gave him the thumbs up to say well done. So Kilkenny, as always, gracious in defeat, but they'll know that they've hit an absolute steam train there in the second half in Waterford in the way they performed. Fantastic.